Hey there, it's Coach Tyler here from WorkoutWarriors.com, and today I want to show you what I think is honestly the #1 exercise that every single person should do. Now this exercise stretches and strengthens the muscles of your core and will help improve your posture and reduce back pain. Now, the Chinese have a saying, and that saying is, you're only as old as your spine. And the exercise I'm talking about today is called the bridge. So I'm gonna show you a few different variations, a beginner, an intermediate, and an advanced variation. Try this out, do it every single day because it's gonna keep you young, it's gonna help you stay flexible, and it's gonna make sure that your core stays nice and strong, which is so important, all right? The last thing is, listen to your body. Don't do the intermediate and advanced variation until you really master the beginner one, and make sure that everything feels good if you're progressing to those more difficult levels, all right? So let's get started on the beginner variation. I'm gonna come down, and I'm gonna come onto my back, and the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my fingers and I'm gonna place my thumbs on the ground, okay? So what I wanna make sure for you is to make sure you have good posture, take your thumbs and really push the outside of your thumb all the way down into the ground, because that's gonna put your shoulder blade in the proper position to really get you into a position where you can strengthen your posture and increase your flexibility. So on both sides, thumbs towards the ground, and then you wanna walk those thumbs down as far as you can, walk your heels up as close to your butt as you can, and then from there, press up, pressing into the heels, and lift your hips as high as you possibly can. All right, if all you can do is here, that's totally fine. But try to squeeze your glutes, lift your hips as high as you possibly can, and if you feel like you can squeeze a little more flexibility out of this, you can even walk your hands towards your heels even more. And if you want a real challenge, you can grab onto your ankles and you can keep pressing up and really stretching that spine as much as you possibly can, okay? So that is the beginner variation. An easy thing to do is work on holding this exercise until you can hold it for about 3 minutes. Do it every single day. Once you can hold it for about 3 minutes with a good curve in your back, then move on to the intermediate exercise. Again, listen to your body though, because these are gonna get pretty difficult as I go to intermediate and advanced, okay? So the next variation is this. We're gonna get you all the way to that position again, where your hands are close to your ankles, and you're gonna be pressing up like this, but then you're gonna bring your hands back behind you, put them on the ground over your head, and you're gonna roll to the top of your head while putting a lot of pressure on your arms. So you don't wanna put a ton of pressure on your head, but you do wanna put a ton of pressure on your arms. So you're gonna go like this. You're gonna press up, and you're gonna roll to the top of your head like this. In this position, you wanna think tall to the top of your head, still pressing through the heels, and you wanna arch your back and squeeze your glutes as much as you possibly can. So that last thing is really important to remember. Squeeze your glutes as much as you possibly can. That's what's going to protect your spine, and it's gonna strengthen the proper muscles rather than just going to a flexible position where you don't have any stability. It's really important to have stability and flexibility in these types of positions, okay? So again, with the intermediate variation, work up to holding that for 3 minutes. Once you can hold it for 3 minutes, which is a long time, it could take you months to work up to that, then work up to the advanced variation, okay? And the advanced variation starts out the same way as beginner, moves into intermediate the same way, but you're gonna press all the way up this time as high as you possibly can. So it looks like this, all right? Bring your body up, bring your hands back in behind you, squeeze your glutes, come to the top of your head. Then from there, take a big breath in, squeeze the glutes again, and you can come all the way up to an extended position, and you can come up to your toes on this one. So you can hold this position, trying to bring your chest this way as much as possible, trying to keep your elbows locked if you can. And that is the advanced variation. So with the advanced variation, if you can hold that position with straight arms for 3 full minutes, you are gonna have a bulletproof backside, a super strong core, and a super healthy spine. But again, don't expect to work up to this overnight, all right? This is something you should be working up to over months and maybe even years. And even now, I've been practicing this for over a decade. I still have to work at it every single day to maintain my flexibility. But again, this is the #1 exercise that everyone should be doing every single day. All right, if you like this core exercise, then you're gonna love our core type quiz. It's a free quiz that you can take by clicking the link above. When you click that link, it's gonna ask you about your age, your gender, your posture, whether you've had an injury history or not, and it's gonna spit out the worst and best core exercises for you based on all of your answers. All right, so you can take that quiz again by clicking the link for free, and I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.